go then. Okay, it's time to introduce another special guest on my show now. It's always great to get like original artists on my shows. And joining me today, we got Brogan, who is all the way up there in Scotland. How are we doing, Brogan?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Looking forward to the weekend. And of course, you're a singer-songwriter in your own right.
Yeah.
Um, do you remember my first question I'm going to ask for you? Do you remember your first love for music? Hearing the song on the radio, coming into contact with your first instrument. Do you remember that?
Oh gosh. There's been plenty of times, I suppose. I've always loved music since I was really wee. I remember going in my granny and papa's car on like wee holidays down south, and they would play Queen. And I just remember I would love it. And my dad and my mum are also really into music, and they would be playing songs all the time. They have a bit of a rivalry when it comes to music. My dad's an AC/DC head, and my mum's a Take That head. So it's a bit it's a bit different. But yeah, so I think we've all been really passionate about music. So yeah, I guess it's just kind of part of me growing up.
Amazing. I like the bit where you said the Queen because the way I got into music that we used to do like road trips to like theme parks and to my auntie's house in
Yes,
Norfolk and they'd have Queen's greatest hits too, like blasting out, and
absolutely.
yeah, that's how I remember getting into music through that way. So I can relate. And I'm sure some of my listeners can relate to that as well. That's amazing. And so would you say you've been performing like music for a number of years now?
Oh yeah, I got into like dancing when I was really wee, like probably three. And just like quite a lot of wee girls my age do. And yeah, I from there just kept performing. I love being on the stage and got into musical theatre and stuff like that. And then when I was 15, I just decided randomly that I wanted to start busking. I had no um I had no equipment or anything with me, but I was out in Glasgow city centre with my mum and dad, and I went, I'm doing it. I'm doing it right here, right now. And I don't know why, because I was really shy and I was dead quiet at the time, but I thought I'm going to just sit and I'll sing. Oh, I didn't sit, I stood and I sang in Buchanan Street in Glasgow, and people were walking past me, and I didn't have a mic, and I just sang House of Rising Sun a cappella. I got £2 for it from just strangers, and my dad like worked out if I stood and did that for an hour, he was like, "Oh, we'll be rich. Let's do it." So we did that for a few years.
Yeah, it's amazing how much technology has come with the busking. Some people just turn up with like a speaker now and they don't have to plug it in to any like electrification.
Oh,
Do
it's
you find that
insane.
as well?
Yeah, I did. I've not bussed for a wee while now, but I did. I would take a Bluetooth speaker. Me and my dad went and found a music shop, and because he's very support. Him and my mum are extremely supportive of just wanting to get like because I just loved it so much, and so they would take me to go get a speaker, and we went and found one, and I would just plug in
Mm.
my phone, so with all my backing tracks and stuff like that, and I would just dancing.
Great. And would you say your parents have been quite supportive of your musical aspirations?
Yeah, they're my biggest fans.
Yeah,
They're my
that's great.
they're brilliant.
That just helps, doesn't it? Just get a bit of support from your family and friends. Just gives you a boost, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I wouldn't have had the confidence to do it without them being so supportive and really believing in me in times where I'm not even that sure. But they're like, nope, this is this is your thing.
Mm. And you mentioned by your teenage years you were dancing like in productions, theatre. Going on to the music, did you ever play in bands at all or form a band? Or was being a solo artist what you ultimately wanted to be?
Yeah, I kind of always I've always written my own songs and stuff, so I always kind of wanted to be a solo artist, as big-headed as that sounds. But I really wanted to do like my own music and stuff, but I also wanted a band with me. So when I joined college, at New College, Lanarkshire, I went there and we were put in bands quite a lot, and I would get to work with all these different people, and that was my first proper time with like a kind of general rock band kind of thing. Not rock, but you know what I mean, like just a normal band. And I loved it. I loved like working with them and getting to sing. Well, I had like a proper band with me rather than backing tracks. I hate backing tracks now. So
And
yeah.
did you study like music at college? Like when I went to college, I think it was a B Tech National Award. They were good times.
Yeah.
I was hardly,
I sorry, on you go.
yeah, I was hardly ever there at college though, because college was so far. But over to you, how did you find the college life? And
Oh, I loved it. Well, the first year or two, I joined in 2020, so it was lockdown. So everything was on Zoom, which as you can imagine is so weird as a music performance course. I was getting singing lessons over Zoom, which was bizarre. He would be playing my singing tutor, he would be sitting playing his piano, and I was like, is this even in time? Like on your end, this might be glitching, or it was so
yeah,
bizarre. But
yeah.
eventually got in, and I loved it. I loved being there.
Amazing. So just talked about like your musical education, growing up into like adulthood. On to today, are you promoting or plugging any new music you might like to tell us about?
Yeah, I just released my latest song, "The Calm Before the Storm," 2 weeks ago, on the 1st of November. So yeah, I released that just there, and that's the song that I'm really like pushing just now. I'm quite proud of it.
Yeah, and it's doing the rounds at the moment. How are you finding it's being received? Are you satisfied with where it's going?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing a few local radio stations and stuff, and one down south that was I was really excited about, that was Vibe, and now obviously yourself, so I'm really excited about
That's good.
this.
And you've also released two music videos for your songs as well, Ping 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 and Showtime. How was that experience, doing that element of music production?
Crazy. I loved it. It was so much fun. It was just the most bonkers thing. I basically, especially my second one for my music video Showtime, I had the most bizarre ideas for that music video. I basically decided to have the main majority of the song set in a bath, and I would be like fully dressed, that didn't get weird, but fully dressed in this bath filled with balloons. And that wasn't enough. I also wanted the bath to be in the middle of the woods. So I live next to a forest, and my dad and a few of my friends helped carry this massive, I can't remember, he knows the proper name of it. It's like a claw foot bath, like the big vintage ones.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was huge and so heavy, and we would like carry it into the woods, and my neighbors were like, what is going on? And they didn't even really say anything. People were walking their dogs past me, and they're just like, all right. I was like, no one questioning what I'm doing here.
I'll have to definitely check out the video to that one. So it sounds like you had a fun. That was a good day for you.
Oh, it was amazing.
Cool. Someone, I'm not sure who said it, but someone once described your music as quite thought-provoking. Is that one way you like to capture and captivate your audience, make people think?
Yeah, I think so. I have a lot of themes in my music, I suppose. To I like to talk about kind of serious things, as much as I don't appear that much of a serious person, but in my music, I I'm really serious, and I like discussing quite like important topics like mental health and stuff like that. Yeah.
And of course, we can't forget a song you released called Zero Gravity. That's doing really well on streaming platforms. Is that a favorite when you play out, gigging? Zero
Yeah,
Gravity?
Yeah, people quite like Zero Gravity. I released that twice. I first did Zero Gravity in lockdown on GarageBand, and I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. But I was like trying to write it and produce it on GarageBand on my own, and it didn't sound great. So I was like, no, I need to redo that, and then I did that in March with two friends, two engineering
Mm.
friends, and we did an acoustic version of that. So that was a lot better.
So Zero Gravity really hasn't been out for that long.
Not that one, no.
Yeah. And it's always good to do a cheeky cover or two. You reimagined Should I Stay or Should I Go as well. That's quite a haunting rendition.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really like that song. Um yeah, I just wanted to make it different. I'm a big fan of when covers are redone.
Mm.
There's do you know the postmodern jukebox? I
Yeah,
really love their I really love how they take just like modern songs and make it
yeah.
like jazzy, and yeah, I just love that idea. And because my music's quite spooky, I kind of wanted to do the same bit in my own way. And yeah.
Because with Christmas as well on the adverts, you hear a lot of cover versions done in the artist's way,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So
like
yeah.
department stores. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question I'm going to ask for you. What do you enjoy most about being are you an independent artist? And if so, what do you enjoy about that element?
Oh gosh. So many things. I love having the control over my work and being able to write and release and have be kind of being my own boss,
Yeah.
I suppose. Um, it's quite empowering. There's obviously a lot of setbacks to being independent just because it's hard. It can be really difficult doing it on my own, but at the same time it's quite exciting, and it is everything's a big achievement because I'm doing it on my own, if that makes sense.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, I enjoy writing all my stuff and releasing it and producing it and um setting up my bands and gigs and being getting to be the speaker of everything I do just now. It is quite nice.
That's great to hear. Who have been your influences and inspirations, over the years? You mentioned Queen as an example.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyone,
absolutely.
anyone on your radar currently?
So many people.
Yeah, so many.
I have really random, not random. I know everyone says this, oh, I like everything, but I do have quite random influences. I love like Etta James and Nina Simone and Ella Fitzgerald and women like that. And they have done so much amazing music, and I just love their voices, and I feel like that has kind of come across a wee bit in my music. Slightly just in the kind of soulful aspect, but also Radiohead and Hozier.
Mm.
A band right now that I'm obsessed with is The Last Dinner Party.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, I really love them. So yeah, I think there's a lot of different
that's
things.
good. And are you currently based in Glasgow now? What's it like up there? The buzz, the vibes, say like the nightlife, the gig life. Could it be better or could it be worse, or is it just kind of like indifferent at the moment? Do you think it's in a good
I
place?
think, yeah, I was just gonna say, I think it has been hard since lockdown. I think that's pretty much the case everywhere. Everything's taken a bit of a dip. It's definitely creeping back up, but yeah, it's a bit hard since lockdown, and obviously cost of living and everything is
Yeah,
a bit depressing. But I think it's slowly coming back to what it used to be a wee bit. Um, but I love it. I love everyone says Glasgow audiences are the best. I'm biased, but I believe it.
yeah. I've been
Um,
I've been to Glasgow quite a few times. A great city. Yeah, reminds me of Gotham City in places, like with the
yes,
impressive buildings.
yeah. Absolutely. Um, so yeah.
Brilliant. Oh yeah, King Tuts as well, of course, talking about music venues. You performed there. It's quite a
Mhm.
legendary name. Um, how was that experience, playing the smaller, intimate venues?
Oh, I was thrilled to get King Tuts. That was um as like a small artist. I think any artist from Glasgow, everyone knows about King Tuts here, and everyone that's the dream. You want to do King Tuts. So when they reached out to have me to perform there, I was so thrilled. I was so excited. I want to do it again. Yeah, and just those smaller venues. Um, they have a lot of character to them all. Each small venue, and it's really intimate with the audience, and I like it.
And King Tuts as well. If they asked you back, invited you back, would you accept in a heartbeat? Like the King Tuts,
Oh
if
yeah,
that,
definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
Would you say that's up there with one of your career highlights?
Yeah, 100%. I was so excited that they reached out. I think like you said, it's so iconic. It's so iconic. So
Mm,
many people that have been there, even they have these stairs that say everyone that have been there over the
mm,
years, all these incredible artists, and you're just like, wow, I'm on the same stage.
mm. That's one of your highlights. Is there any moment in your career where you wish you could like relive? Like, have you performed like festivals, or shared the bill with like someone like successful?
Yeah, definitely. My main thing is the best opportunity I ever got was supporting Lewis Capaldi um at the Hydro, and so
Nice.
that was in front of an audience of 12,000, and that was I obviously a dream come true. You probably still couldn't scrape me off the ceiling from that because I'm I'm so grateful for that experience. It was so so amazing.
That is incredible. And where's best for people to follow you, like on social media, or emailing lists or newsletters? Are you on the usual streaming platforms as well?
Yeah, I'm on everything. Everything's just under my name, which is Brogan with an H. Um, so Broghan. And yeah, I'm on Spotify, I'm on Apple Music, anything you can listen to music on, you'll find me there. And yeah, I also have a website if you want to get in touch somehow.
Yeah.
And
What's
that's
the
just
website?
www.brogan. It's www.brogan.co.uk.
Great. So I just want to say, Brogan, thanks very much for joining on my show today as a guest. And also me to do is play one of your new singles. I know you're doing the rounds promoting your new single. Should we go with that one?
Yes, please,
Yeah.
please.
Would you like to do a cheeky little intro just to introduce it on the show?
Yeah, this is The Calm Before the Storm by me, Brogan, and I hope you like it.
Nice chatting with you today, Brogan, and very best of luck with this new single and everything else.
Thank you so much. It was great talking to you.
Nice talking.